FlossTube! Welcome to my Stitchy home. My name is Becca, and today's date, when you see this, when it's uploaded, is Tuesday, May 12th. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by my Stitchy home. I am continuing my FlossTube 1-year anniversary extravaganza, where I show you things I have kitted up that I want to stitch, and I think this will be the last of the kit parades. It's not that I don't have a few other kits and certainly lots of patterns, but I think this is enough for right now. And as I said on my last FlossTube, which was yesterday, my last FlossTube Special, which was yesterday, I know that I want to destash some things. So I'm showing you the things that are the most special to me, and whether they get destashed or not, I don't know, although I kind of doubt it. And I didn't say this yesterday, but if you see anything here that you have or that you're wanting to start or wanting to stitch and you want to do a stitch along, let me know, and any of these things can move up in priority and get stitched sooner rather than later. If this is the first time you've caught me on FlossTube, check the description box below. I provide a link to the playlist that I have on my channel. One is for my 2019 FlossTubes, one is for my 2020 FlossTubes, and one is for the FlossTube specials that are part of this 1-year FlossTube anniversary celebration. So if you want to catch up and watch other episodes, that's a great way to do it. Just to click on a playlist and say play all. All right. So again, these are in no particular order, but here we go. So I picked this up, I'm pretty sure, off the freebie table at StitchCon. It might have been off the freebie table. No, I think it was StitchCon. And it is Spirit of Christmas. It was a mystery sampler by Lizzie Kate. And that was the final sampler. The person who put this on the freebie table was kind enough to include the accessory pack, the little bead pack, which I'm not sure how hard or easy it is to find. There's also, that was the beads, and then there's a button. So there are all three parts of the mystery that result in that. And I don't know. See, now I'm doubting, where did I find this? I don't know. That's so sad. I should have written a note. And then it came with a StitchCon limited edition color and cotton 28 count linen. So there's no color, it just says, no, limited edition. It makes me wonder if I did pick this up off a freebie table. And it came with the flosses in floss bags for the most part. I wonder if this was put there by Sheila of Sunshine Stitchers. I don't know. I've never asked her if this was... I'm not 100% sure I picked it up at StitchCon. So, there you go. Now, the rest of these, I've pulled the pattern out of the plastic. Unlike yesterday where I was having to do that as I as I went. The next one is a Jeannette Douglas, Take Time for Love. Again, Take Time for Love, Jeannette Douglas Designs. And instead of stitching it on the suggested 36 count lintel by Lakeside Linens, which I think lintel is maybe a off-white, ever so slightly green. This is really green. This is 32 count Picture This Plus Veldt. It's got some gold, but it's mostly green. So I am going to stitch it on that, and I've got the accessory pack. Now there might be a color or two in there that don't show up on the green, but I'll deal with that. And let's see, the next one is a hands-on design. What I make with my hands, I give with my heart. Hands-on design. It's got the wool. I think maybe the heart is stitched, and then the wool flowers are optional. You could stitch flowers instead. I got the Sulky, 12 weight Sulky floss pack. And I got the wool pack. And I got 28 count cream linen to stitch it on instead of bright white. I stitched it on cream. Okay. The next one is Hooked on Tea by Handblessings. And I've got the charms. And I'm going to use Gentle Art Dark Chocolate and Gentle Art Walnut for my colors instead of the dark purple. It calls for, let's see, Wildflowers, Black Cherry, which I think is this one, and Weeks Dye Works Rose Quartz, which is the light pinky purple. I'm going to stitch mine on 32 count Picture This Plus Feldspar, which is a blue, but it's got some tan in it. And then, like I said, the two shades of brown. It's 93 by 56, so it's, you know, it's this big. And I drink coffee and tea, but I'm envisioning that's gonna, it'll either be mounted to the front of my tea box, which is a plain white front to the drawer, or I'll, you know, put it on the wall right above my tea box. So anyway, all right, next up, it's an older pattern. It's called Just for Today, and it's by Primitive Traditions. Primitive Traditions, just for today. It says, think deeply, speak gently, love much, laugh a lot, work hard, give freely, and be kind. And it calls for stitching it with 40 count Pear by Lakeside Linen. I am going to stitch it on this 36 count. It may be Pear, It may even be 40 count. It's really, really small, but obviously it's much darker than the picture. So I'm not 100% sure. There's no tag on this. Maybe it's vintage Pear or something. And then I've got the called for fancy floss to go on that. So I'm not 100% sure of using this. I may want to use something that's like a light blue, which I have, and those would all show up really well on a light blue. So that was just for today. All right. Next up is one of my Sulky and Company patterns, a Christmas heart, and it is stitched on a 10 count cream Betsy Ross linen, over 10 count. And instead of using 3 watercolors, I decided to use a red watercolors flame, and then I had a dark green pearl cotton and a natural pearl cotton. So instead of those being watercolors, I just went with floss I already had, and a dark green Krynic. And then it calls for a particular angel button, but a friend gave me this one to use, so I'll use that one. And again, there's the there's the heart, and I think that's where the button goes. I have 2 of these up on a wall already, and on the 10 count they stitch up, you know, pretty good size. And then Michael's can do a frame that has the stair step effect that you see right along this edge and along these 2 edges. I don't know if you can see that, but they're that mat that they do is really neat. All right, here's another Sulky and Company heart, dragonfly heart. I love these colors, love them. And so I'm stitching it on 10 count white Tula, and I have one watercolor. This one is Blue Lagoon. And then I pulled 2 pearl cotton, and then I pulled some blue pearl cotton from my stash. I've got a purple and a teal, aquamarine, whatever, Krynic. And I was able to find a dragonfly button that will coordinate nicely. So that was a dragonfly heart. All right, next up is a Jeannette Douglas. I have a lot, apparently a lot of Jeannette Douglas. I've had this one for a while, so really I'd forgotten this was upstairs in my craft closet, and it's going to move up in priority. I'm going to have to reassess all the kits I showed you before and reprioritize them, because I definitely want to get this done and gift it to a friend. So this is by Jeannette Douglas. It is Strawberry Stitches. I'm going to stitch it on a 28 count Jobulin Antique White. Now, to make it fit on this box, you'd have to stitch it on 32 count, but I'm not going to put it on this Sudbury box, so 28 count. And then I have the accessory pack. Because everything else you need to stitch it. Okay, all the plastic bags. Another Jeannette Douglas journey box. Now this is a case of where I thought I was ordering the wooden box. And then the pattern came and I was real confused. I was like, well, I didn't order the pattern. I clicked on journey box, which to me meant it was the box in the picture. But the name of the design is journey box, so I inadvertently bought this pattern, but that's okay. It's beautiful. Here is the box. I decided not to go back to this shop since I was kind of mad that I'd made that mistake. That to me they should have said parenthesis chart and then on the box it said actual box. But anyway, I did get them, and 32 count white linen. This one looks more white. This one looks more antique white. I don't know that it 100% matters because, like, say this one is stitched pretty heavy. But I think I included both of these in case I just needed more than the one piece would allow, I think. I have the accessory pack, all the threads, charms, and I have the wool pack. I think I picked that up at StitchCon, and it allows you to make these wool items down here. So, and I think these would be around 1.5, 1 3/4 inches each one. So which is what these are. So I'm not sure if this is showing you that you could do wool instead of stitching. I'm not sure, but I have the option of doing the wool. And then of course you do the wool, you can put it, you know, you can set it down into the main part of the box or whatever you want to do with it. All right. Next to the last is a Victoria sampler called Living Free. I got this at a stash sale, and it was the chart and the accessory pack. So I have this brighter green. It's more of a grass green. It's not quite as moss or sage green. So I'm not sure if I'll do this or either look through my stash for maybe more of a tan or green. I don't think I have another green, but I might have like a brown or tan if I don't think this will work. But it says, live like it's heaven on earth. And this might end up being something I de-stash. So we'll see. That's a very strong possibility. I would just de-stash it and use this linen for, I mean, it was a cut off of a bell pull that I made. So it's not like I bought it special for that. It was just the only green linen I had. All right, and then the last kit I have is a Rosewood Manor, Birds of a Feather. It's 70 by 160. I've got a pale gray even weave, kind of a grayish blue, but it's really pale. And then I've got the called for DMC. Lots of color in this piece. It's going to be very colorful, all those birds. And I just thought this would kind of look like the sky. So, yep, 70 by 160. So that's it. That's my kits. For the most part. But wait, there's more. I was putting everything away and realized I had a stack of 4 more things that I think I wanted, I'm pretty sure I wanted to include with my cross stitch pattern kit parade. So, like this, I saw this pattern at a shop. Any clue? Anyway, this is Flowers and Letters and You, Oh My by Hillside Samplings. So this may have been at a stash sale that I picked this up. By Hillside Samplings. And it's framed in a frame that comes with a mirror. And I was like, well, I could always just, you know, do something else. I mean, this is the alphabet, so this could be framed by itself or something. So wouldn't have to do this over here. And then I was walking through the shop. Looks like Cross My Heart in Arlington, Ohio. And they had this on the, there's window. Anyway, they had this on the propped on the floor, and I recognized it right away. So it came home with me for, and I think they had the original pattern there as well, Morning Glory. It's the exact same frame. So I have two designs for that same wonderful mirrored frame. I mean, I love that it's a dark wood. And then at looks like maybe at Cross My Heart, I got this 28 count French lilac. It's a kind of a gray-green color. Now that would be a good color for that Living Free design by Victoria Sampler. But if I didn't need it all for this frame mirror. And this is one that I got in 2013 maybe. It is also a Jeannette Douglas design. It's called Heart Collector. Heart Collector. Isn't that beautiful? And so I've got the little accessory pack, and I already took the flosses out and put them little card. I did this a few years ago, or maybe a couple of years ago. So those are the colors in the accessory pack. And then the see, I don't know what it is, but it's a crystal sparkly linen, which I know that's not what was called for What's called for is a 32 count Belfast Antique White. And I might have gotten a 32, or it might be a 28, actually. It might be a 28. Anyway, that's moving up. That's moving up high on the priority because I sort of forgot that I had it. The next one I think I got around 2013. And it's this Rosewood Manor Bargello sampler. It was a really popular pattern when it first came out. Does it have a year? 2011. So, yeah. I got it in like 2012, 13, somewhere in there. And I was into sparkle. So this is a Ada, maybe a 16 count Ada, because I was not stitching on linen much at all. See, it's got the sparkle in it, if you can see that. And obviously that's not what was on. So not only did I change the fabric, I changed the color of my floss to a little brighter, kind of brighten them up a bit. So that's the Bargello sampler by Rosewood Manor. That also needs to move up in priority because I've had that a while and I love it. I still love it. All right. I bought this and I do not have the picture. The shop that was selling it, was it? I don't know. Oh, it's a free pattern. That's what it was. It's a free pattern from Little House Needleworks. But the shop had a model, you know, a stitched model. So I took a picture of the stitched model. It's coming back to me now what happened. It says, deep in the field under bright sunny skies grow sweet little berries for jellies and pies. And so looks like Stitchers Inc. in Memphis, Tennessee was where I bought this kitted up. And this is the linen. So yeah, that's got to move up. That's got to move up. That's beautiful. And then finally, this was a gift from my niece, sister-in-law. It's a Dimensions kit, stamped cross stitch, called Springtime View by Martha Edwards, because they know I like cats. So I started it just a little bit. I don't think I had the right needle. I need a pretty sharp. I was using a sharp needle, but I need a pretty sharp needle, and I need to find a better way to. I may try stitching it in a Q-snap instead of the scroll bars. I think that would work better. But like there's there's the cat right there. But it's been a number of years since I did a stamp piece, and I'd say the challenging part is on some things where to put your X's. I mean, they're marked, but and it just seems real bulky doing it with the number of strands that are called for. So I'm not real. Whenever I did this a couple of years ago, I was not really happy with how my stitches laid. But I don't know that I could take them out and redo them. I think I just need to do a Q-snap, do a really super sharp small needle, and see if that helps. So yeah. All right, that's it. So yes, I now that I have everything here in my craft room, I'm gonna reprioritize. I'm gonna evaluate which ones I really want to do next, and then which ones am I kind of ambivalent towards, that if I didn't get to stitch them, I wouldn't be brokenhearted, and then those are the ones that I will destash. So stay tuned for more information about that, and stay tuned for my next FlossTube Special, where I will go through, I think, my quilt whips. And then after that will be my needlepoint and canvas work whips, and that is going to be a job because I have a lot, and I want to make sure that I record in my book here all the details about them. So thanks for stopping by my Stitchy home, and I'll see you again really soon, probably tomorrow. Bye everybody.